I didn't want to do it at all. If you can overcome the fear of embarrassment, your life is going to be changed.
Your reach of people is just so much more expanded.
And so the more that you can post who you are and your personality, and people can feel like they can build a connection with you, the better.
5-minute podcast. Posting on social media, getting started posting, social media in general. What do you got?
I didn't want to do it at all. And it was a long time where I didn't do it. When I was just not doing this like as big of a deal, I would post like one time a year, like maybe
If
some
that.
photos. Yeah. And then as I started ramping up the videography, I would occasionally post like some of my work. But that really doesn't matter either. Like, yeah, you should post your work sometimes in our industry, but it's about like posting your face attached to what you do.
Yeah.
And it's really with any industry is you don't need a following to get a benefit or to make money from social media. You don't need like crazy engagement or anything like that. If you have 300 followers and it's just your friends and family, that's going to benefit you because every time they think of, for us, for example, they think of marketing or videography, they think of us immediately because we're constantly posting, it's in your face. And so we're the first person that pops in your head. Instead of you going to Google and typing in, oh, videographer is my area, you think, oh, I know Nate and Elise and they do marketing, videography, stuff like that, which is a huge benefit.
Yeah.
And I mean, take it from us. We don't have many followers. I have like 800 on Instagram right now, 300 on TikTok, like 500 on my business account, whatever. So we don't have a big following. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times I'll look at people who say stuff like this and they have a giant following. I'm like, well, easy for you to say. But of course, at one time they didn't, whatever. We don't have a following. We don't get that great of engagement in terms of like consistently across posts. Like what our better posts that we know will do better, they do better. But for us, it's about being consistent and posting every day so you see our face.
Yep.
And you never know who's watching is the reason I say that is you don't need a big following and you don't need crazy engagement because people will see your stuff and they might not necessarily even like it or engage with it or anything, but they'll see it, they'll watch it through, and you're constantly appearing on their page. So you're always top of mind anytime your industry comes up in conversation, and you will get people that reach out from that.
Yeah. And to go add on to like the importance of posting is, it's like the same as like putting those little flyers on people's doors that you but you can reach way more people, way more consistently and faster. It's like it doesn't only reach just your followers. Like yes, some videos might not do well, but they're all like you don't even really need one that blows up. But like you have that opportunity of other people seeing it. Like you don't have that if it's not there. You're kind of just stuck to word of mouth and who you can reach out to yourself.
And I would say too, I made this comparison the other day, but like something in my world is I was really skinny in high school, and so playing a sport I was trying to gain weight, and so that first 2 or 3 week period where you're trying to gain weight, you're trying to eat a lot of food, you're not used to it, so it's really hard to do and you don't want to do it. But after you get through those 3 weeks, it's like it's something opens up where it's like you don't even care, you can eat as much as you want and it doesn't bother you. Same thing with posting, and it might take a little bit longer, like maybe it was like a month for me, but you're posting consistently and you hate seeing your face on camera and you hate
hearing your voice.
Hearing your own voice, and you're like, man, I just don't want to do this. After about a month, you're just like, whatever, like it doesn't really matter. And it's that like you feel embarrassed in the beginning because it's uncomfortable, it's out of your comfort zone. But one thing I will say, and it's not my quote, it's a Randy Sullivan quote.
Shout out Randy.
Yeah, if you can overcome the fear of embarrassment, like I don't know what the exact quote is, but your life is going to be changed.
Yeah. Because
when you overcome that fear, it's like, well, I'm just going to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I really don't care at all what anybody says.
Yeah.
And yeah, like nobody, at the end of the day, maybe you post something and your friend group sends it to each other, like, what is this? Whatever. It is what it is. But that opinion goes away in 20 seconds. Mm-hmm. They talk about it for 20 seconds and they move on.
Yeah.
And so it's like, are you really going to let 20 seconds of, I hope they don't say anything, take away so many opportunities and so much realistically money to be made from social media? I would say no. Like that's kind of a dumb alternative.
Yeah. And it really is, like, ever since we started posting, we've gotten so many more, like, not even just leads, but just DMs and like people stopping us at shoots saying like, hey, we started your TikTok and it led to a conversation that led to something else, or just like people reaching out to you asking for like that 17-year-old or whatever, you know, like it's just like your reach of people is just so much more expanded through social media. And to add on to that, it's awkward and embarrassing. It is really awkward to see yourself on camera, and it's really awkward to hear your voice on camera, and it's really awkward when people come up to you saying, hey, I saw your videos. But what makes it easier, like for us, is like when we do stuff like this, that we're just kind of talking about something we're passionate about. Like find whatever, you don't need to be fake on social media, because that is a common misconception. Where like yeah, we do like hee hee ha ha videos, and those are a hard watch because it's like whatever, but like they're still fun. Like you don't need to be, social media is fake. You can fake it a lot, and you don't necessarily need to.
Yeah, and like for example, with that, the 17-year-old example that you're saying, is that's somebody who reached out to us and was saying, hey, I'm looking to start my own marketing agency or my own videography out of high school. Like, what would your advice be? And I see this account pop up. It was a DM, and they've never engaged with any of our stuff, which is fine. Like, it's not like, I'm like, what? You don't engage with our stuff. It's to say that you don't know who's watching, and sometimes nobody's going to engage, but they're consistently watching. And another example of that is we had somebody recently who came up to me and said, oh, my son always sees your videos, and they're always telling me about like all these cool things that you guys are doing or whatever, who you're working with. And I'm like, and I go, and I'm thinking, I'm like, they never engage with our stuff, which again, not a big deal, but it's something to tell you. There's people that are watching that you have no idea. And one day they are going to reach out to you, even if it's not right now. And with the posting piece, like for me in the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to post like some of the event recaps I do and stuff like that. Nobody cares about that. And for somebody like, what's an issue? Like somebody who's a welder, dude, nobody cares that you just welded a piece of metal together. They care about who you are. They want to, and it's so cliche to say, but they want to buy from you. And so the more that you can post who you are and your personality, and people can feel like they can build a connection with you, the better, because you're not able to do that in person. What are the chances you meet? It's very rare that you meet somebody that turns into a client in person, unless you're constantly out there like networking all the time, which even if you are, you don't have time to do that all the time. So to be able to do that in a different way through social media is huge. And my last part is you can create on social media anything that you want to be. 90% of what you see is like tampered with or not 100% real. Like how many times have you ever been in person and some crazy event happens and it all happens within 30 seconds? Like never. It's a long portrayed out thing, meaning everything is edited, everything is cut together. You can make it look like something else that is happening that's not. Like with the viral video we had where we made it look like a neighbor was arguing with us and it wasn't even real. But nobody cares. They just care about being upset, which is another piece. If you really want to do well on social media, just post negative stuff. But you can make it look like anything. Tomorrow, if we wanted to make it look like we were billionaires, we could do it. On the other end of that, tomorrow, if we want to make it look like we were totally homeless, you could 100% do it. And so there's a lot out there in terms of, one, be careful because social media is fake, so don't believe everything you see. But two, you can create kind of anything that you want to be portrayed as in the way that you want to market. So I would say post, even if you're embarrassed. It is worth the initial embarrassment. You will get over it. The amount of opportunity that you will get in return from that is incredible. So post, it's important. That's all I got.